Well, I've been thinking about something today, and I'm just going to shoot some video about it because, this is just vibes, and I talk about different things that I'm thinking about and what's on my mind, and this has really been on my mind today, and maybe you can relate to this. And my name's Jeff, and thanks for stopping by the channel. If you've made it this far in this video, you're almost at the 30-second mark, which is remarkable because the attention span of people today is not very long. They won't watch a very long video anymore. They won't be engaged in a conversation with people without glancing at their phone. This past week, and even last week, we went to a band concert last week, then a choir concert this week with my daughter, and I was amazed at how people cannot stay off their phones even during a middle school and high school concert. You're there for the kids, and people are scrolling through Facebook. I mean, it was unreal sitting there trying not to be distracted by this, but I was distracted by it. During my daughter's choir concert, we actually got up and moved because we were so distracted by what was going on around us. We found a quieter place, an empty seat, and we went and parked our rear ends there where we could enjoy the choirs. I heard a story today. It was on a Facebook reel, and I love these stories. I can't remember really the name of them right now, but it's good things that happen across America. And I think CBS News does it. And yes, there are some good things that does happen across America. It's as bad a shape as she is in today. But it was a story about this, I believe it was a 7th grader. It was on a school bus, and the school bus driver was having a medical issue. And the boy was aware of what was going on, and he went up and got a hold of the steering wheel and stopped the bus, pressed the brake and got the bus stopped, told somebody to call 911. Well, they interviewed him. They said, you're a hero. He said, no. He said, I'm not a hero. He said, I just seen something that was going on, and I knew something had to be done. Well, they was talking to some of the other kids, and they asked them, they said, what was you doing during this time? I was watching a video on my phone. I was playing a game on my phone. Everybody that they talked to was glued to their phone except for this one boy. Why was this one boy not glued to his phone? Because he didn't have one. His parents have not given him one yet. So he was doing what we used to do when we was younger. He was looking out the window. He was paying attention to things that was going on around him. If he'd been stuck on his phone, if he'd had one, well, that could have turned out to be really bad for those kids on that school bus and that driver. So the things that go on around us, people in our lives each and every day, we don't know what they're going through because people don't pay attention to each other much anymore. Our neighbors pull in their driveways. They hit their garage door openers. The garage door goes up. They pull their car in the garage, and the garage door shuts behind them. And neighbors don't talk to one another anymore. And you may think, well, you're just an old-fashioned old guy. Well, maybe I am. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm just going to say I am. Because when you've lived in a time of life when things weren't so complicated and so cotton-picking, attention-grabbing stuff in this world, and I'm guilty also. The device that I am recording this on, my phone, when I go back and I look how much time I have spent on it and how many times I reach for it and how many times I'm distracted by notifications, it's frustrating. I went in my phone settings today and I cut all the notifications of the dings and the pings and, all these things off that I could. I mean, I got one for when my garage door opens up. I got one for my Ring cameras. I've got one for Life 360 when my family goes to different places. It's all these things. Well, I left the important ones on. I've got it where my email doesn't ding anymore. It's not that important. I've got my text messages. I've got my Life 360. I even cut my Ring camera ones off. I cut my garage door when it opens and closes off. Because you have your mind somewhere else and you're doing something else. You don't even have your phone in your hand, and that ding or that ping goes off and you reach and grab that phone, and next thing you know, you've done spent some time scrolling and watching this. You get caught in a reel. You get caught in a YouTube video like this right here. And we lose what's going on around us. The important things in life. And the older I get, and the time that I have, I don't want to waste any more of it on foolishness and nonsense. Because I use this stinking device to escape life sometimes, and I zone way too far out. You know, when we went on family vacations when I was a kid, we played games in the car. You sang songs in the car. You played I Spy. You played all kinds of different things. Now you sit in your living room with 5 or 6 people in your family, and they're stuck to the device, and we're not even talking to one another. And we'll send each other messages across the room with some goofy video that we've seen to share. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with spending time on your device, but we are addicted to it. Way too addicted to too much. You know, I have on my Facebook a time limit, but it gives you the option to override that time limit and ignore it for a minute, ignore it for 15 minutes, or ignore it for the day. Most of the time I ignore it for the day. I got a habit to break because I want to be more involved in life, in people, and what's going on around me. And the people that doesn't do the same thing, I can't let that aggravate me or frustrate me. You can't control people. You can't control what they do. But for myself, I think it's important to be more aware of what's going on around me. What we have done in this society and in our world, we have been slowly numbed, just like putting a frog in a pan of water and gradually turning up the heat. You can cook it to death. And that is what's happened to us. We've just gradually become less engaged in things around us and things in our life. It's just something that's been on my mind, and it's heavy because I see our society and I see our world more and more with younger people and even older people slipping away. Not striking up a conversation with someone in a doctor's office anymore or somewhere. I'm talking about someone you don't know. Getting to know people. Talking to people. Something meaningful and engaging. That's all I got for today. Just wanted to ramble a little bit, I guess. But it's been on my mind and I wanted to share it. Thanks for stopping by the channel. If you like this kind of content, I'm going to put a link in the description below where you can help support this channel. I'd really appreciate it if you'd like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.